Sorry, y'all. Okay. Oh, okay. I think we're good. We're good. It's working. Okay, she got it. All right. I think we're good. Sound is good. Thanks so much. You guys will see the chat on the side there. Please check your audio. Okay. All right. We should be good now. So, thank you so much for sharing, guys, with your art. Yeah. Well, did I miss anyone? I think I got everyone. Yeah, feel free to take it back. Yeah. And then, yeah. Okay, you can get it back to her. Wonderful. Oh, yes. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, you did. You worked really hard on this. Okay. Well, we got one more to share from me. Me. Oh, me, oh, my. Okay. Terrific. That's amazing. So we did this on, I think, was it our second day? We did drawing. We did this drawing, and you decided to paint it. That's wonderful. Wow. Such texture back there. You got such a lot of texture, like a lot of stippling and tapping. Yeah, she did this just like a kid. That's. Oh yeah, I do that so much. That's terrific. And you added little scratch marks in there. There's the shine. I mean, the value here. I mean, you can really see. You kind of made sure to push those shadows where those fish are touching, especially up in here where it kind of looks like they're layered on down there, especially. See, you can see that under there. Got so many colors in here. You got like purple, teal. Really great. So wonderful work. So you've been doing this for how long did this take? Did this take you like a good couple months? 1 month, 2?
How long did it take? Almost one fish is 1 week, 2 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So you really like the picture and you're like, I'm gonna do that, or is it just because I said to do it? Yeah. Do you like fish? No? You should. This is lovely. Well, I mean, you were able to see some sort of beauty in it. I know you don't like fish, but terrific. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks so much. All right. I did a little something too, but I mean, it's not this fish. I just did some pomegranates. So, yeah, I was having some. My parents had some pomegranates right in front of me, and I was like, I have to do it. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? So, thanks so much for sharing, everybody. I hope you guys are having fun painting at home. Yeah, and get to know your students, get to know your people sitting by you and stuff, because it's good to kind of pick their brains. You can learn a lot, not just from me, but from each other as well. All right. So let's get into it today. So today we're going to be doing 1 point and 2 point perspective today. Can you guys see that okay? Kind of hard to see. I can change that up here.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, someone's calling somebody. All right. So, um, perspective, it helps a lot with deciphering mood and you really need perspective or to understand perspective to change the way you feel with mood. You see it in movies, like in cowboy movies. Let's say somebody's. It all starts with the horizon, and the horizon can say many things. If you have the horizon down low, you're looking at these massive skies with big clouds and maybe massive buildings, and you can see like cowboys or something, maybe giant rocks. Like you see this in like cowboy western movies all the time, where like somebody's on a horse. I'm just doodling here, but that horizon is really down low to make everything feel taller. You see, the purpose of that horizon is to showcase what's above and to make you, the viewer, feel like you're smaller, to make everything else feel like it's bigger. You see it all the time in movies. Here, I'll draw a little stick figure guy. So he's up high. So you can see here, you know, Romeo and Juliet or something. Maybe she's like holding her little handkerchief in that building. Or maybe the horizon is really down low to make you feel like maybe you're looking down an alley or something, and maybe there's like a crime going down and you're like watching it from above. Maybe there's like a dumpster or something, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's Batman. And then they see Batman up high or something. I don't know. See what I mean? Batman. So you got that horizon up high because you're up much higher. You're looking down on the scene, and they're like, "Oh no, I got caught mugging a guy." He's like, "Help me!"
You're doing really light though. I can't really see it.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, that's perfect. That's good.
So yeah, so this is a really high point of view because the horizon's much higher. It's like you're looking down. So this is horizon. This is a horizon. And what also is a horizon is otherwise known as eye level. So the only way that you could see up this high is by having a really high eye level. So you have to be on the second story to be looking down. You have to be on the fifth story looking down. Whereas over here, your eye level has to be really low to be looking up. So you always want to start off with that kind of eye level. Now, both of these are kind of straight on, I guess, but they can also be crooked. And we'll be playing around with a bit of a crooked eye level horizon. And let's just say we had, well, we'll do one more horizon right down the middle. Now, a lot of people use this kind of horizon eye level to like show something very peaceful. Let's just say there's like a lake with like without any movement. Right. Got the sun there. Bam. So something right down the middle there can be very peaceful. That's a very peaceful horizon level because it's right down the middle. It's like you're meditating on a lake, or you're meditating somewhere very minimal, or all that horizon's right down the middle. Everything's symmetrical, peaceful, holy. See it in churches, very symmetrical things, like a butterfly. And then there's also a crooked horizon. Excuse me. I'm gonna mute my phone. Okay. So let's just say we had a crooked horizon. Now, think about our eye level. Why would our eye level be crooked? Yeah, maybe it's because you got knocked down. Maybe it's because you are lying down. Maybe it's because you're weak or you're dizzy. You're never crooked for a good reason. And you see that in your images. And so if you're wanting to make something uneasy or maybe anxious or something like that, you see a big old line for your horizon. And let's just say we did a house. We're like in a house. On the inside where the window's crooked. Maybe there's a big monster coming out of it. I don't know. With big sharp teeth and no eyes. I don't know. It's not good. It's scary. Even this bad drawing, it's all crooked and scary. I don't know what's going on. I know. It's like, what? Yeah, he's got a monster in his house. It's like Halloween or something. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like the monster fell on his head. I don't know. Anyways, so you can see that with this horizon, it's uneasy, it's edgy, it's spooky, it's creepy. Perfect for Halloween. We love it. We love those stories that make us feel scared or spooked out or just like, ooh, are we allowed to do that? It feels good to kind of explore those kind of moods and feelings, and people like that sort of thing. I know we love making very nice and pretty things, but we kind of like bad things too sometimes, right? As humans. It's true. I mean, like, why else would we like movies and TV shows about horror or murder or crime investigations? I mean, NCIS, all about murderers and killers. It's all across America. Yeah. So so we're gonna kind of play around with a little bit of this creepiness today. We can get a little creepy, but it's gonna be fun. All right. So what did we learn here? Horizon, eye level, low horizon, big on the world. You're looking. You can't really choose both, because the only reason why you choose both is because there's some sort of symmetry and peacefulness going on. You can't really focus on one thing. You can only focus on the whole. All right. So, indeed. So let's get to what 1-point perspective is and kind of play around with that, because you can't do 1-point perspective without the horizon. That's the only difference between that 1-point, 2-point perspective from the isometric perspective that we played around with last week. Last week we did isometric that has no horizon, and you could do a lot with the horizon. Sometimes horizon's not even straight. If you look at your typical horizon, it's not usually straight. Usually there's buildings, or maybe there's trees, like palm trees.
Slope, in the case of the slope.
Yeah, maybe there's a slope. Yeah, so uh kind of when you're driving and stuff, kind of pay attention, how complicated it is our horizon actually. It's kind of crazy uh how much stuff can be in our way, but that will never change that our eye level is still here, and that uh you're either higher or lower than other people. Good, good. Okay. All right. So now I think we're going to draw together here. Okay, so I want you guys to go ahead. In fact, we'll use the whole paper here. Yeah, yeah. And we're just for an example, we're gonna have the horizon right down the middle, nice and straight. So this will have no mood. This will be purely technical. That's why it's right in the middle.
I think it's the prefer. Most people prefer the horizon in the middle. Most of them.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I've never met anybody who prefers that. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'd love to see who you're talking about. All right. Yeah. So we're gonna go over 1-point perspective first. This will just be 1-point perspective. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a 1 point down right in the middle there. There we go. We got our 1 point. Now we just need to add our perspective. All right. So let's just make a classic train station here. Wonderful thing about perspective is with perspective, you can do it all without reference. It's all about understanding how things work. So we're going to go ahead and make a classic train station. So can't have a train without rails. So I'm going to go ahead, do one line off to this point, always starting in the center, and one line off to the other point here. There's our rails. It is, could be wider. I don't know. I guess this kind of defines how big your city's going to be, or how big your rails are going to be. All right, so we're following along. We'll all be drawing together.
Is that called the vanishing point?
In fact, I think I'll use a thicker pen. This is called the vanishing point, VP. Thanks for that. That is the vanishing point. I'm going to use a thicker pen. This is not thick enough. Here, I got something better. But you guys can use, let's just go ahead and use a pencil. All right. So we got, what is this? Horizon, otherwise known as eye level, correct. All right, and then we got our 2 lines going off into our vanishing point. Now let's say we wanted to add some rails. Now you might be thinking, oh, I just need to add lines going all the way across. But there's an issue with that. Here, I'll kind of give you an example over here. This is what you don't want to do. So let's just say you added the lines evenly. Well, one thing about perspective, the biggest thing about 1-point and 2-point perspective is that no longer are we doing that isometric thing where we can kind of break physics, where things don't get smaller as they go further away. Now they do. Now, when we have one person, let's say, so these lines, if they were lying down on this plane, which this is a big old plane here, these lines will get closer and closer and closer and closer until infinitely they are close to each other all the way at that point. So let's start with just one rail here. And if I had a picture, I could say, oh, maybe it's this far by kind of measuring. But let's just make it up as we go. So I'm going to go ahead, add a line here. And now I have enough information here to see how it will look if I make this smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. All right, so all I need to do is I need to find the middle point, or at least something that looks like the middle point to me. Again, done with pencil. So I'm just going to find the middle point there. All right, following? Okay, so I'm going to take a line from this corner, follow it all the way down there, keep on going past that middle point until it intersects with this point here. And that is now our middle point. So, I mean, that will now be our, I don't know, vocabulary. The next rail. The next, I don't know. I don't, yeah. So, I could continue doing that all the way down, or I can also find the middle point of this one. And if I did that and went all the way back over there, then I can kind of skip a step here. And then this here, I could also go there. See that? Yeah, so when I skip this, every point, this is going to be, I'm trying to describe it. So if I went from here to here, then I would need to have one more step in between. So I'm just kind of taking some shortcuts there. But I won't really need to do that if I just keep on going from there to there. I can keep doing that. Find that middle point, line, middle point, line. Now, this is going to probably take forever if I have so many rails, and they're always going to be getting smaller and smaller. So I'm not going to keep doing that. I think for the most part, you can kind of, I like to use rhythm. I like to think about like to the beat where it's like line, 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 line. You know what I mean? It's kind of that rhythm of where it slowly speeds up and faster and faster and faster and faster. And so that's kind of what I start thinking here. So it's like these are closer, 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 closer. Because all the way down here, no one's really going to pay attention. No one's going to pay attention all the way this far ahead. So there's going to be a certain point where don't worry about it because no one's going to pay attention. People are only going to pay attention down here. And if you show that you have all perfect perspective or whatever, down here, they'll just assume that the rest is correct. But you could definitely get sloppy about 2/3 of the way up. I'd say. Maybe even sooner. So like this is good to know, but don't use it for absolutely everything. It will drive you crazy and no one's ever going to pay attention to all that hard work you just did. You don't want to do that. but I like using rhythm a bit more. Where it's like line, 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 line. Because it's like you can't say line too many times because it starts turning into scribbles. Same thing goes for the painting, drawing, whatever. Okay. Questions, guys? How we feeling? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. And when you're painting, it's like really you only need to worry about this much. When you're drawing, maybe it's this much. But it's like when you're painting, it's just like a scribble, 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 scribble at a certain point, or a certain texture, certain brushstroke that looks like a bunch of lines or something. So, yeah. So as you can see here, this square here is going to be a whole lot skinnier all the way up over here. So let's just say we wanted to put a little building in our scene, shall we? So I could use this vanishing point, and let's say I wanted to add a little depot over here, maybe over here. So if I wanted the building to be this tall, all right, see, we're still working with those X, Y, and Z. Except now, that Y, see that Y stays straight up and down. So we still have that constraint of the Y. Nothing's changing with that constraint. So we have how tall our building is going to be. And we have our eye level here. So you can kind of guess, if there was going to be a person here and they're standing next to the building, they're probably going to be about this big.
I think the person is too big.
No.
The person is too big.
No, it's fine.
It's far away.
It's fine.
Yeah. But it's far actually.
It doesn't matter. It's eye level. Because if I was to make him stand right next to me, and I did that same railroad thing, he would be this big, all the way over here. Yeah, I know. I'm added a cowboy hat on him. Yeah, we're going cowboy. Yeehaw! I'll make him angry. I'll make him angry. A bunch of bad guys. He's got a big gun or something. Yeah, something like that. I know. I've been listening to Quentin Tarantino talk about movies. He's got such a voice. All right, so this is how big the building is. It's a pretty tall building compared to the man. And in this situation, the Z is just going to be flat with the horizon. Nothing's going to change with the horizon. This is only for 1 point perspective. So now we have that flat plane. This is what you call a plane. Different from a different kind of plane. This is just a regular plane. But that's a perspective plane. I just drew a plane because it's fun. But anyways, it's a really good plane. That's horrible. It's so fun to draw badly. Okay. You guys should try it sometime, honestly. You guys keep drawing good. It's unbelievable. Drawing's fun. Yeah. So let's make this building a little bit longer. So I'm going to go ahead, follow this line all the way down to the vanishing point. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut it short to wherever I feel like it will look good. Let's say right here. Now, I don't know how long it's going to be going, so I do actually need to do both lines from this point and this point down to that vanishing point. And there we go. So we got a building of some sort. We got some cowboys in there. See, one guy's really close to us, one guy's farther away. All of them are at eye level. Unless they're really tall, then they're going to be above eye level. Or maybe they're on a platform or something. All right. And maybe we could give a little door on that building. So I'll start off with that Y. And then I can follow. And then at the top of that door, it's going to go to that vanishing point. And then I can kind of cut it short. There's a door. How you guys doing? Let me know if you're feeling lost. All right. I'm just going to pick things up.
I don't understand why that other guy's so big.
Huh?
I don't understand why this guy's so big.
Because he's closer to us.
How much closer? You think?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. There we go.
Wouldn't you be farther down on the rail though?
No. That's only if he's going to be looking. Now, right now, your eye level is much higher than these guys. Because if you're at his eye level, can I share? Just kind of help problem solve some other people. Yeah, it's okay. Talk about this in the class. So the people. If right now we're looking really above. So you are following expected, but because you as a person are much higher, now these people are much lower. Now if they were at the eye level, then they would be at your eye level like you're walking next to them. Does that make sense? Okay. Here, I'll share. All right, so everybody, look at the room that you're in. Okay? We're gonna look at the room that we are currently sitting in. All right. Now imagine sitting in this room that we are in right now, and think of the perspective that you're currently seeing. Look at everybody's back of their heads, and notice that they're all find that horizon line. Where's that horizon line? Right at your eye level. And look at everybody's heads. It's right at eye level. So when I'm drawing these people and their heads are right on that line, that's telling me that I'm on the same level. Now, some of you guys stand up. Go ahead. Some of you stand up. Some of you can stay sitting down. Now, this is good. This is enough. So, for us standing up, now let's find that horizon line. Okay? Now I see my eye level is bumping into everybody that's standing up, but now everybody who's sitting down, their heads are now below that horizon line, below that eye level, and those sitting down are now above. Now we're above that eye level, right? That's perspective, baby. Is that making sense, guys? But we're not. Your horizon is lower, so like this is probably your eye level.
My cowboy has his head above the horizon line.
Uh-huh.
The other guy's head is above the horizon line.
Right. So I put it right on top of the horizon line because I'm at eye level. I'm just as tall as these guys. My eye level is bumping right into them.
Mine are taller.
Yeah. So if they're taller, then that's where your horizon line is. Maybe all your people are taller. Maybe you're shorter in this scene. Maybe you're taller in this scene. If you're taller in the scene, everyone's going to be below that eye level. And then if you're shorter in the scene, everyone's going to be above that eye level. Does that make sense, guys? It's pretty cool. I think that was fun. I hope that helped you guys. I think that helped me. I don't know.
So that for the people here, I mean, the head is almost
Uh-huh.
on the same level.
So it's
That's
over the
for
horizon, the second one.
average people. height.
Yes.
For me,
It's what you're used to.
but I'm a shorter people.
Mm-hmm.
So when you try to draw different height,
Mm-hmm.
you don't, you still draw them lower, right? For the shorter.
Here,
people.
we'll do something here.
Okay.
Let's say there's a really long building on this side. Okay? So but let's just say that this building is the same height and is right across the street from this building. So we can just imagine that this building, if we just drew a line, see that? It's a little crooked. It's really crooked. Ooh, whatever. Let's just say I did it correctly. I'll just fix it. Who cares? So I drew this in really lightly. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with that Y line here. So this is gonna be a building, say a little bit further down over here. And line over here. Line over here. There we go. And I'm gonna make this building much longer than this one. So I know that it's gonna be longer than this line here. And of course, it's going to go down past the vanishing point. Right? Does that make sense? Can you guys see it okay? Is it hard to see? There we go. So I know that this building here is the same size because I drew some lines knowing that they're going to be parallel. And this is going to go all the way down to the vanishing point. Now, I think I just want it to be twice as big. So maybe I can do that same little dot like I did before. And that's going to be how big I want that building to be. Twice the size of this building. So I just kind of found that middle point, put a dot, added that line in there, just like I did the rails. But now I'm doing it with the building there. I'm going to go draw it in, follow that Y, just straight up and down. There's that building. So let's just say I wanted to have some, maybe this was going to be a rooftop bar for some reason. Now you got a bunch of cowboys above eye level because no longer is it going to be at eye level. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of draw a line here because I know that cowboy is going to be at eye level here. There's his cowboy hat. Maybe I'll give him some long hair. And this is where he's going to stand at. Again, just kind of comparing the two. All right. And maybe he's got a beer belly. he just ate a big steak. All right. So I know that this guy is this tall. And so, huh?
He looks taller than the other guy right across the street.
He's on the same eye level. Maybe it's because he's crooked. Maybe the line's crooked. I think because my line's crooked.
The same size as the other guy.
Yeah. So anyways, So we can take that size here, and if I just had him hover into the air, he would not change his size as long as he wouldn't move, yeah, forward or backward, towards us or away from us. Just like my hand is, closer is bigger, farther is smaller. Same deal. He's not going closer or back, he's just going up. So, gonna go take that measurement there. And let's just say I wanted him to stand directly on top of that box there.
It should be smaller because I mean like further.
No, he's at the same line. He's at the same line.
To me, I mean, it should be smaller.
He's not going further or back in this situation. He's just going to be right on top of that. So I'm just going to put a little dot. Took that measurement by kind of pinching my pencil at how far and how big he is. And move it up. Line that finger pinch up with this line here. And then make a little dot for how big that guy's going to be, approximately. And then I can draw on my cowboy up here. I know, yeah, maybe he's like shooting at somebody.
So he's standing right at the edge. Standing right at the edge. He's not standing that far away.
Huh?
He's standing right at the edge.
Yeah, he's right at the edge. Yeah, maybe he's got some friends. Let's say he's got some friends. Let's say he's got some or maybe they're sheriffs and they got on the roof. So if I drew a line from his head to the vanishing point, dot, 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 all the way to that vanishing point. And we're going to draw another, let's just do a sheriff at the end of this building here. He's going to be this big now because his head follows that perspective. He's like, put the gun down. Sorry for all the gun violence today. But they're actually squirt guns. So let it be known. They're actually doing a big game of water guns because it's really hot outside. See, it's even dripping. Yeah, so now this guy is much smaller than him, but all by perspective. Because I know that he's going to be the same height as the other guy. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, look at that. And we made a whole scene just like that. Now we can tell some stories and stuff here. All right. What else am I missing? Horses. Oh, a water tower. I want to do a water tower. And a barrel.
But the heroin that's tied to the railroad tracks.
Yes. Yes, we can do that. We can do that.
How about the water tower being farther in the distance?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So we're going to do a barrel right here. Maybe one that our main character will lean on. And then we'll do a water tower off in the distance. So they're both going to be roughly the same sizes. So I'm going to show you something here. As we look at circles and cylinders, like my water or my coffee cup, you'll see that when it's at eye level, it's going to be very flat. But as it gets lower and lower, so will that circle. Wow, that worked really well for that. Yeah. So you can see here that it like slowly gets wider and wider, and more circular as it gets lower. I mean, if this drawing was big enough, it would get to a certain point where it looks like that. But when it's really on the horizon, it's going to look like that.
That could be a train tunnel.
Sure. Yeah. We could do the train tunnel. I like that idea. Let's do a train tunnel. So we'll do like a circle. I mean, the train's going to be much bigger than the buildings. There you go. That's the train tunnel. And let's say we have another train, like the end of the train tunnel over here. And if we did some lines here, kind of cut that train tunnel at any point. That's hard to see because it's so small. There we go. Dang, we're having some fun today, huh? I don't know if we'll get to 2 point. Maybe we'll do that next week. All right, so there's a train tunnel. Yeah. Oh no. All right. So I'm just gonna. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it's a bridge or something. All right. But I'm gonna make a big old water tower over here. So I'm gonna kind of do some line here. Okay, that should be good. And I'm gonna kind of draw a little square for it to kind of sit under. So this will be kind of like the tower's legs here. Of course, all those lines will get to that vanishing point, and then everything else will just be kind of straight lines here. Bam. And we're going to be able to see underneath, because in those like big old water towers, they have those legs, right, that hold up the water tower. And then we'll see it like the underside here. So this oval here, I'm just going to go draw through everything, and I can just erase whatever goes through lines. It's good to draw through things. Really important, actually, to draw through your objects. There you go. I got an oval, and I try to make sure that oval touches on each one of those four corners of that square. And then right from there, I'm going to have a little line there. And if I did another square, like from here, of course, to here, and to here. So there we go. We got that bottom square, which I made into a nice oval. That makes sense. And then this top cube, top plane, I'm just going to go ahead and draw through things here. So now I know this is the kind of cube that I'm working in, right? So kind of draw that cube in. I have that oval touching all of the sides of the square on the bottom, and I'll have an oval touching all the sides, the square plane at the top. Oh boy, it needs to be bigger. And then just make sure that these lines are parallel. I might have had to change a few things just to make it look a little bit better. And I'll give it those legs again. And then I can kind of erase things away. So you can see here, I have all this scaffolding. This is what I call scaffolding. This is just kind of the things to kind of put around your image to help you kind of draw your image. So we might not be able to see through an actual water tower, right? But we can draw through it. As artists, we are Superman. We have X-ray vision, and having X-ray vision helps you create form. And if you don't do that, your form might be a little lacking, and it might feel a little Van Gogh-ish. If you're feeling Van Gogh-ish, then go for it. Huh? It's a lot of goes. Anyway, huh? Okay, then go for it. Screw up all that perspective. It's fine. Artists do it all the time. In fact, some of the best contemporary artists throw all of this knowledge away. So it's true. It's true. It's true. Okay, modern art for sure. I mean, look at most modern art. There's the perspective is always a little off. Yeah, so one of the best art critics out there, Jerry Saltz, I think. He despises people who follow perspective too much, but it's good to know it to break it. You have to understand something to break it. To break the rules, you got to know the rules. So look at me. I went ahead and erased away those scaffolding lines from behind that thing and in front, all this scaffolding, all those cubes that I used before, just cleaning things up. And I can erase some of those lines away. Just to kind of clean it up there. Erasing these lines. Reinforcing certain other lines. And there's my little water thing. And again, we can add some lines to it. Might be further apart, and then just think about rhythm. Further apart, closer, 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 closer. Further apart, closer, 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 closer.
If your eye level is at the vanishing,
Yes.
and you're looking up around the water,
Yes.
wouldn't that line be more concave instead of convex? The other way?
Like it should be more round up here.
That would be the.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I see, okay, so you're looking up, so that's the very front, okay, I get it.
Yeah. So you can see the underside on this one. All right. So we got, and let's go ahead and make a barrel down here, and the barrel is going to be below eye level. So I want you guys to go ahead, make your barrel. Of course, you want to think about how big are these people, right? You know, your barrel is probably going to be about hip level, right? So I can kind of, and you know, you don't need to have the boxes around the thing. You can kind of just, I like to kind of guess because it's like, you'll know that this is going to be straight and this down here will be more circular. So you can kind of guess, you know, how skinny that oval is going to be, and just understand that the bottom oval is going to be a bit bigger. The lower it is on the page, it's going to be more and more round. Line to round. Are you guys using like that rhythm idea? It's a nice little hack. It's not perfect, but it works pretty good. And maybe I'll give it a few rings. Of course. Yeah. I can kind of erase away some of those lines underneath. This is so fun. There's an airplane in the sky. Were there airplanes? I don't think so. Mm-hmm. maybe it's a time traveler.
I think for the Wright brothers, like maybe early 1800s, right? That would be like 1800s and 1860s.
I don't know. I don't know. So let's just say. Now, let's just say I wanted a bucket right in front of me, right over here. And I wanted to know how big it is. Now, I could use this line here, this vanishing point, but this vanishing point will keep on going all the way out over here. So if I just threw in a vanishing point over here, or maybe one over here, it's kind of like playing pool, I guess. Maybe over here.
How many vanishing points can we have?
You can have as many as you want. I mean, look, so let's just say I wanted a barrel right here. So I could go from this point and I could just use this line here. There's the bottom of the barrel. That's the line from from some made up vanishing point I just made up to the bottom of that barrel. Bring it over. And I want that barrel to go right there. Now, if I had this barrel come closer to me, how big would it be if it was going to be right there?
Bigger.
Yes, correct. But how much bigger? How can we find that out?
So you have a random vanishing point in the middle of the building?
Huh?
You have a random vanishing point in the middle of the building?
It's all on eye level.
Oh, eye level for the guy. Oh.
Vanishing point is always on eye level. So if I had this point from here at the very top of that barrel, connect with that vanishing point, that's how big my barrel's going to be. Then I can kind of guesstimate how big it is, or I can use that line to say that's how wide I want it.
You have two lines, one on each side of the barrel?
Yeah, one at the top, one at the bottom, or I could go for how wide it is, like I did there. So I just move that barrel right on over. Of course, realizing that that barrel is going to be a bit, I'm going to be able to see more over it. Yeah. And maybe I don't like it. Maybe I'll erase it. But whatever. I got a barrel there. Height?
Closest to you.
This one? So I just made another vanishing point. I can do that.
With the length, I mean, the length. You have a point.
Right. So this is how tall that vanishing point is. You know how I moved this guy all the way over to see how tall he was? I could do the same thing and then say I wanted this point. I feel like this is just easier. So I just pick some random point. Doesn't matter. I just know that this point is going to be where I want that bottom of the barrel going to be. So I went ahead and drew a line from that bottom of the barrel to that barrel there. And then put a dot. I mean, let me do another one. Let's say I want to get another one of these guys, but I want him to stand right here. So this is the bottom of this guy,
Shadow.
and this is the bottom of the new guy.
Let's see the shadow.
Mm-hmm. So if I had a line going all the way down to where that
Another
vanishing point would be, just like a clock, I could kind of find a parallel line So now I know that this guy would actually be this tall. I don't really want to draw that because he's going to be in the middle of the picture. But he would be that tall. Because this is the same vanishing point as at the bottom point where he's going to be. And I did the same thing here with the barrel. So if the barrel is at the bottom there, and that's the bottom of this barrel, there's where that line intersection. And if it's going to be standing up 90 degrees off the ground, it's going to be how tall it is. Yeah. And then on these shapes here, you can start drawing all sorts of details. You can start adding in more doors, posters. You can just start building on top of this stuff really easily. Just these simple squares. Huh?
Graffiti.
Sure, if you want to. I don't know if there's graffiti in the Wild West. Maybe there was. I don't know if paint was readily accessible, but maybe they shot pictures with their guns. Something. Yeah, I don't know. All right. So, yeah. Should we take a quick break?
Yeah.
Sounds good? All right. And then I think we'll do. Yeah. We'll take a quick break. Let's be back at. Hold on. Should be back at 2:45? 4 to 5? Yeah. All right.
So, this one can be like multiple.
Huh?
Vanishing point.
What's
This one could be like multiple vanishing points.
I would say this is still one vanishing point. This is still 1 point. But yeah, you could add. I'll go over it when we come back, okay?
It is a consider like
When we come back.
more than 2 point perspective.
Write it down. I'll cover it.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break.
More than 2 point perspective. What 2 point perspective? We have 2 vanishing points. With 2 point perspective.
I'll answer that when we come back.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a little complicated, but
Yeah,
I'll write it down, so I'll make sure to answer it, okay? Yeah.
Just occurred to me.
Okay. Hold 1 second. I'm sorry. My brain is breaking right now. I'll talk to you in a second. Yeah, it's break time. Yeah.
Last weekend was actually, I wasn't able to come, but I
Yeah.
was watching it on my phone,
Yeah.
but I had no sound. But I didn't know how to let anybody know. Everything. Is there any way that?
Well, yeah, so if you're watching it on YouTube, you should
Yeah,
be
it's
able
YouTube.
to communicate on YouTube. Like, so Annie right here, she's messaging through YouTube. She's like, please check your audio. Somebody was also mentioning it last week. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. It was like really bad. It was like crumply, like.
Okay, yeah, this one was just silent. I mean, I could see everything you were doing, but I checked my phone, the audio was up and everything, so
Yeah.
I just wondered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's
I
okay.
think,
I watched it.
yeah, I know what to double check now. I'm getting better at this every
Okay.
class. So
Okay.
she's not having any problems today.
Okay, well,
So there won't
okay, I
be
know
any-
you explained the why. What's the X line?
Okay.
Because
So.
your Y was your straight line up and your perspective.
Yeah. Good question. I'll go over this with the class. So let's just say there's the Y. And then this would be this would be the X, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. They kind of change, and then the Z would never change. It's always going to be parallel with the horizon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll-
the X is more the angle, the Y is more the perpendicular type lines that
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
showing.
yeah. I'll bring this up in class.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because I saw, your graphing like that, and then you drew that. And I
so
could see the cubes coming up.
so yeah,
but-
the X is the only thing that changes from the isometric to
Mhm.
this one. So the isometric, you see the
It does isometric. You think that the straight way is isometric, not an angle. When we do isometric.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Look
So
everything
so
like
so the difference between one point is that the angles change
Yeah. Mhm.
for that X.
Okay.
So it's kind of like this radial thing.
Mhm.
So if I had a box this tall, that would be that box there. If it's this tall, then that angle would change.
Right, yeah, it'd be smaller angle instead of
Right,
45.
right,
It looks
yeah.
like about a 25.
And then if it's right on the horizon, it's flat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was watching it and it gave me a good idea of everything, unfortunately. Like, I think you wrote down X or Y or Z and I didn't understand why. So,
Yeah. So they're just the different angles of a cube. Yeah.
okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
All right.
Wow, look at this.
Isn't that fun?
This is the magnets that you
Yeah.
painted. Oh, wow.
Very, very simple.
That is very
Yeah. Thank you.
take some
I was so sad
pictures.
to not eat it.
Right, what did you?
Yeah. I had it right in
Oh, you
front of
had
me. Yeah. I cut it in half and okay. You gonna head out?
You feel well.
Okay. Alrighty.
See you next week.
Yes.
So that isometric mean everything has to be parallel. Parallel,
Right.
parallel.
Right.
Looking
So there's no horizon
Yeah.
in an isometric image.
straight, like a non-house you showed us last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything should be like straight.
Yeah. Yeah. So nothing gets smaller in isometric. Everything stays the same. But this is a step further. This
Yeah.
is one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're looking at further,
Mm-hmm.
more further away.
Yeah. Yeah. So that
It's a 2-point. What's different between 1-point perspective and 2-point perspective? Because I saw
so
so many vanishing points.
we're about to get into 2 point, but the biggest thing is that the Z axis never changes. You know how like in isometric, certain things never change angles? The Z will never change angles.
Z means
Uh,
line.
the horizon and what's parallel to the horizon. So this part of the box that's flat, this is parallel to the horizon. There's that line, there's that line. So with 2 point perspective, things change.
Oh.
I think
Are you going to cover it
I-
today too? The 2-point
I think
perspective?
so.
Oh,
I'd like to cover it today, if it's not too much for people.
I see. So first of all, I should stay there. And then after that, I think I leave. I'm not doing painting.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
Because I
we'll
mean,
be
like,
okay.
At home, to watch the YouTube is so difficult. I mean, in class we learn a lot.
Yes. Yeah. YouTube's good because you can kind of pause it, practice.
Yeah, but it's very hard to concentrate.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
There's so many ads and stuff. Or
Yeah, because the screen is much smaller. And then it's much harder than face to face.
do you have a computer?
I do.
Use a computer.
Yeah.
Computer will do the
Yeah.
same if you have internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Use a computer.
I'm not too poor anyway. I'm not too poor. I look poor, but I'm not too poor.
I never thought that. I don't care.
Who
cares? I'm broke too.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, I mean most artists don't make a lot of money. I tell you the truth. Most artists
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
artists. I mean,
Mo-
they
most
always,
artists, it's
always
not.
have to look for a second job because I mean, like their main job cannot supply.
This is
Yeah,
neat.
I mean
able to
that's with
supply.
most passions. That's with music. That's
Yeah.
with dancing.
With
That's with
the arts.
expressing
Yeah, with the
yourself.
arts. If
Poetry.
you go to the other field, you go to
If
engineering.
you're looking at,
you go to medicine, you make more money. People always believe
but
like
if
that.
you're looking at just reading medical books because you're interested in it,
Yeah.
you know,
You already.
they're not going to make any money with that
Is
either.
this
Yeah.
is this a drone?
This
So-
one is more like
If,
enrichment.
yeah.
Yeah. So people they don't really want to invest a lot with the
This is a
enrichment. They want to
modern
do
cowboy.
other things. I mean that they can.
but
Most
they
artists
can't
are
they
doing
can
that.
make money, but it's I don't know. I think there's
Most of
maybe
the-
more to it
the
than
teaching,
you think.
I it's mostly teaching than
Something
selling.
all
Yeah.
a matter of
It's
who
kind of
you-
hard to wrap your mind around something that
Yeah.
money doesn't matter so
Yeah.
much. It's more about
like it.
yourself
Yeah.
and growing yourself.
If you want to make money, that's sometimes it's a matter of who you know and connections.
No,
and
the thing
things.
is,
Really,
I mean, we at the
And
old age, we don't really.
your
care that
audience,
much.
I guess.
Yeah.
You want to show something? Sorry.
Kind of like there's a drone on that.
Oh, yeah, I drew a drone.
There's a drone. Yeah, look at that. There's a drone.
Yeah, maybe they're filming it. Maybe they're filming it.
That's Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What you got
This
there?
is beautiful.
How you doing?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Looks good.
And,
Awesome.
You know,
This is what we're
Fantastic.
gonna do next.
I
He copied
think
me.
so, maybe.
You copied me.
Shadows.
Didn't we? Yeah, I think. Oh, just one thing. That
Looks like it
this
probably
right now
is
you're
a,
looking from above,
just two colors.
but your eye level's down
Black
here.
and
So I would say
yellow or green.
simple
or something.
problem.
I don't know.
Yellow,
I guess we'll
yellow,
find
erase
green,
out.
that.
yeah, yellow,
then
green,
this
brown,
shape.
everything. It's,
Yeah, it's so beautiful. That's
Oh,
tiny.
okay.
yeah,
Real
and
simple.
look at this.
Other than
look
that,
at
that's
this.
perfect. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
flipped.
Yeah, it's wrong. You know, it's wrong.
It just flipped.
When I
So
was
you
in
just
high
have
school, I
to,
used to draw
because
like
you
that.
look
Yeah,
through
because
the
But
object,
threatened to
but you just had to
give me
Yeah.
erase
stamp
it. So
You're
drawing.
looking.
yeah, but besides that, this is great.
I guess, see,
Real
I used
simple.
to use
Awesome.
illustrations and.
Yeah, we're having
books,
fun
and
with
they were
this
always
one.
small, And I thought they actually drew them.
I gave mine
Later on, I found out
girl
they,
the hoop
they
skirt.
grow them
kid.
bigger and then they're tiny.
I noticed that drone is flying there.
Exactly.
It's so
Outside,
fun.
lots of
And-
space.
Yeah, I'll talk about a little bit about
Oh,
The sun.
And look at
Wow,
this,
this
that's nice.
I
I think it's.
I feel like I'm not
Wow.
even
Listening,
that great
yeah,
at that.
this
Like I literally
is
wanted to
really-
research it.
Wow.
So
That's it,
I
listening in
wouldn't
the sun.
expect that, just something to think about.
Mhm.
Because
yeah,
that is
I
gonna
have,
come up with
my
something.
sunglasses have a polarized lens. so
yeah.
They look different.
That is an interesting question. Is that a second
Reflections
vanishing
look
point?
blue.
The sun for shadows.
Instead of
Right.
white.
Yeah.
These are on the
I mean,
outside. I know
Basically,
where it
it's. I heard somebody say like shadows are like whatever somebody can't see. So like imagine if this guy was the lighting source, whatever he can't see will be shadow. So you can kind of draw these lines, and you can kind of make some like triangulation almost of whatever he can't see. So if I drew a line going like that, I would know that all of this will be shadow in here. I feel like that.
Does that feel right to you? Would the sun be behind him and he'd all be? in
Well,
shadow?
if he was the light source, if he was all bright, then this would all be shadow. This would all be shadow, and then this guy would be half in light. His head would be bright, but then the rest of his body would be in shadow.
And then the barrel.
And
Shadow.
then the shadow, see, like half of his head would be in shadow.
So that's like a lamp post.
Yeah, and then of course you want to think about things getting darker as they get further away from light sources.
I'm gonna have to put a drone in mine.
Yeah.
dragon?
It's like Amazon. It's like sending Amazon boxes or something.
What are those places, the country western places, they have old ghost towns, they do the shootouts and stuff still?
Yeah. It's like sending an Amazon box.
Oh, I wanted to ask you. I wasn't here last week, so what is the isometric perspective?
Class worth of information.
Sure, I could go look
So-
it up, but
I'll kind of go over it a little bit real quick.
I mean, is it just no point at all, or and then it's kind of like a,
Everything's symmetrical as far as the angles go. All the angles are the same. So they never go to get smaller. Like first, they don't have
kind of
like MCS shirt. You know, the endless staircases.
I don't know that one.
Or
Grandma Moses.
a little bit, yeah. It's like Where's Waldo? Yeah, more like Where's Waldo. Because it's like you see a giant cage of people and they're all the same sizes. They don't- Yeah. So this is one point perspective that we're playing. Get into the 2 point. I think we're just ready for it. I think we're like in the flow. I don't know. Yeah, no. We'll do a 2 point perspective.
Yeah, that key up in.
I mean, like just. The lady next to me. Something like
Just speeding up is good. I get that.
From where you're.
This is the English user.
Oh, so you have it this line, but you needed to go to the horizon. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You may have tried that. You know, like we're getting more and more people that passed away or died. You know, that I wouldn't have.
I love this drawing so much. It's so fun. Yeah, no, it really is. Dude, there's a lot going on in here.
The ones that I'm talking about.
We started.
I think genetics, yeah, they were treated, maybe their dads didn't live that long, their parents didn't live that long. I think the women live like, we're like the guys, there's more guys that have the role. Yeah, the thing that just had a lot of women was their kids. Where, you know, when I went to school, they like,
Yes.
Are you feeling okay? Do you need to drink water?
You might feel a little lost.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll get back to you and the person from the even though they still haven't shown up when I called them at 10, they still hadn't shown up. So I complained. They were supposed to be there at before 8:30, they were there at 10.
Yeah. Whatever. Here you go. You can.
Oh, it seems like you are really popular here, huh?
Yes. Yeah. People who take the class stay in the class.
No, I
This
just
is
moved
really
from
fun.
here from New Jersey.
Oh, really? Wow. Well, welcome to the West Coast.
RadioCET.com.
All right, that sounds good. Okay, I'll go ahead and email you the material list. Watercolors is perfect. A lot of people are working with it. I would recommend if you have you don't have, okay, watercolors will be okay. I would just say the only thing, get some white gouache, like $10, one little tube.
Can you write down what I need? But I wanted to show you, this is the project this is the simplest one they asked me to do. But
Oh, okay.
that's the one I copied,
Oh, I see.
but I'm going to do this one, this one.
Sure, yeah. So this class is all about sketching and doing it at home as well as in class. So you're welcome to bring this stuff in class. You're welcome to work on it in class. But I'll be teaching you everything you need to know about all that stuff. I'll be really focusing more on this next semester too. So you need to show up to next semester. But this is gouache. This is the good stuff. The whole bean.
Where can I find it?
You can find it at Michael's or Amazon. It's $10, but it's worth it if you
What
have
does it do?
watercolor. So this is opaque. This will be good for highlights, and I work a lot with gouache, so this will kind of.
What happened is I have a hard time to find that stuff.
Okay, that's awesome.
The teacher,
Love it.
she gave me, she did it for me. And she asked me to buy this.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And what I had done yesterday to get this kind of paper. Where could I find that?
We don't use it.
Transferring.
We don't use it in the class.
Oh, but she uses all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do things different.
Okay.
But this is great. This is all you need. This is good.
Okay, they ask me to order the brush, I get the brush. Whatever I need, tell me, then I'll get that for next week when I come.
What you got here is good. Just have a watercolor,
That's a watercolor, right?
paint, paper,
Paper, what kind?
100% cotton.
Is there any brand?
Arches is the nicest brand, but if you're on a budget, there's some Chinese versions that are just close as good. This is what I have here.
Artist?
I'll send you all the information, okay?
Can you
I
do
need
it?
this.
Yeah.
I'll email you. I
Okay.
have your email.
Okay, I'll just watch you what you do, okay?
Okay.
Then I'll
But-
wait for your email and you
Yeah.
tell me where to buy it.
So
okay?
so have something to watercolor on, but also have cheap paper, like sketchbook paper,
Okay,
where you can just draw on it.
okay,
I also draw with pen and
Okay.
pencil.
okay.
Anything else is just good fun. Feel
Okay.
free to get whatever materials if you're feeling inspired. But yeah, look forward to having you in the class. Welcome.
Thank you.
What was your name again?
Hershey. Hershey like Hershey chocolate.
Love it. All right. Well, welcome, Hershey. All right, guys. Let's get into it. And I think I'm gonna let you guys kind of have some fun with drawing today. I think. Maybe no painting. We could make our own scenes if we wanted to. Yeah, sure. Love it. Your own cowboy scene, or just I don't know, just build some things up. Now I wanted to do a few more things. You guys want to get into 2-point, or do we just want to play around with 1-point today?
2-point.
2-point, we're ready? Okay. All right. Now, because you might notice with so some people were asking about X, Y, Z. I'm just gonna flip this over. And one more thing about this. So let's just say, if we had some sort of town here, and it wasn't a straight line and it had a nice curve to it, because in nature and stuff, we'll have there will be curves in the road and stuff. Now, if we just looked at this giant barrel and imagine ourselves inside of a barrel, that's basically a curve in the road. Let me show you. Let's get into it. You don't need to draw this. This is just kind of an example. But let's just say, blow up the screen here. Okay. By the way, we have a new student. This is Hershey. Welcome, Hershey. Everyone be extra friendly to her. Feel free to grab a seat.
Yeah, I can see better because I just had a surgery today.
Nice. Oh, it's gonna be great then. You're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, get comfortable if you want to stick around.
Yeah.
So let's just say there was a curve in the road in this 1-point perspective, and there's let's just say we really want to focus on the road here, or I don't know. I'll have my eye level a little bit lower. So if there was a curve in the road, it's kind of, or let's say there's a curve in a tunnel. So basically what we're looking at here is we got that big oval, right? In the landscape. And if we made it really tall, like we're standing inside of it, and this cylinder is a little bit higher, you'll see that, bam, we can get another one over here. It's basically two ovals inside of each other. That makes sense? So let's just say that's kind of, see how it's kind of like two ovals on the inside there? So it's like we're kind of like in a big donut in a way. So I'm just kind of go for the rhythm.
Yeah, if you look at just the bottom part of it, it starts to make sense. And then you look down
Yeah.
to the top.
Yeah, and if I cleaned it up a bit, we can kind of erase some of these lines up. Bam, we're in a tunnel. See that? So So that's kind of how you get a curve. Now, let's just say there was a whole bunch of buildings instead. You can just kind of add some little bumps and divots and then kind of keep that 1-point perspective going. And that's kind of how you can make maybe like a curve. Maybe there's like a bunch of buildings like curves in there or something. And all of these, and you'll see that up high, that curve's going to be dramatic. Down in the middle, it's going to be straight. And I can kind of, I like to hover my pen a bit or my drawing utensil a bit. So maybe I'll have this whole area here, all the windows. Uh, that's too much. That's 5 point. We're not gonna do that yet. I might bring it up. I think I'll do it in one of these classes. But like let's say we're like in Italy, like where they have like all those buildings off to the side, like they're all like curved and stuff. That's kind of what we're looking at. So if you're ever like looking at those beautiful pictures of Italy, yeah, like everything's off to a curve. So this is kind of your way to do curves. So of course, kind of pay attention. This is if it's going to be flat here, I can kind of put some like lines there to kind of help me out. And then all those windows will kind of follow those curves as well. Yeah. Or maybe there's a bridge over here or something. So cool. It's like you don't need any reference for perspective. You just kind of build your world and just kind of use logic. And it just kind of comes together and you're like, oh, I could set a whole scene. I can start a whole story here. All right. So that's a little something on curves and maybe curved cities or maybe a tunnel or there's so many different ways that this little curve will help your image out. It looks better too than just a straight line going off into nothingness. Have it on that curve, it's really interesting. But both have their strengths. Maybe there's a curved railroad, yeah. So anyways, and then some people were asking about the x, y, and z of 1 point. So last class, we did the isometric, right? And just kind of letting you guys know what that is. That's where the x goes down like this. The z goes like this. See, I can kind of highlight. And then the y goes up and down. And it never changes. You can kind of see. You can memorize it, but I literally never think about it. I do think about, which is which. And, you can start with that y, go to that z, go to that z, Make sure everything's parallel with all those angles. So none of the angles will change. It's just good fun kind of building in that little world. All right. So that's isometric. And then we just did 1 point. So 1 point, here's our, now we have our horizon line. Just no horizon. And this one, now it has a horizon or eye level. And it just has 1 point, one vanishing point, which we can call, should we call it X? Sure. I don't know what's correct, but now this angle will always change. So this is the X. All right. Can you guys see it okay? Okay. Get a little bit closer. Is my hand shaky when I do this?
It looks better close like this.
Okay. Okay. It's worth it. It's worth the shaky hand. All right.
It's shaky far away too, you can't see it.
Okay.
So when you get it close, it looks like really soft.
Okay, cool. So we got the X there. And then, of course, the Y is still up and down. There's that Y axis. It stays up and down. So those are still constrained. And then that X, see that X angle? That changes. But that Z is also constrained still. There's that Y still not changing. That Z is still not changing. Yeah, in 1 point perspective. So, you know, if like we had a railroad track, that Z track, did a little line there. That line doesn't ever change angle. It's always going to be flat, 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 flat. So Z never changes. Constrained. Let's say this is constrained. Never changes.
Just a question. I thought
Uh-huh.
that can be two line, can be the Z too. I mean, if you draw the diagonal line, I mean the Z axis, there can be different angle too, like the X.
So this is 1 point perspective. You're talking about 2 point. You're ahead of the class.
Oh, yeah, because I thought the Z also move.
No, that's only for 2 points. So this is 1 point.
Oh, okay,
So, but that's what we just did.
okay,
So Z never changes,
okay. So
and the Y never changes.
never change angle.
But the X will always change, no matter if it's taller and it's going off in the distance. It's going to get smaller, and that angle is going to change. You know, make sense? Okay. All right. So now we're going to get into 2 point. You guys ready? So 2 point is simple. So now we have the X is going to change. And now the Z is going to change too. but the y will stay constrained. So the y will no longer move. So you can see all of these are constrained. This is my way of saying it's constrained. It's not going to move. Isometric, all of them are constrained. 1 point. Come on, focus. X
Stays the same.
will change. But then Z and Y will change. I mean will stay the same. Constrained. But now on 2 point, it will change.
So basically with this, with the 1 point, everything just comes from that 1 point, and yeah, I think I get it, yeah.
Yeah, so let me show you. So here we have our horizon line. So now with 2 points,
Wait a minute, in 1 point, X can change.
right, the angles will always change it because it's all radial.
Okay.
So when things are farther away, they're smaller than things that are closer to you. So with 2 point, that y will always still be up and down. That y will never change. Angle. When I say change, I mean angle. So if I had the x here, and let's say this is the z line here. If I went ahead and did these radial lines here, there we go. So I have there, just like old times, we got that vanishing point on our horizon. Now we have a second vanishing point. And I can go ahead and get some of those radial lines going here. It might get a little messy doing this. But sometimes you can work with these lines. Have some fun with these lines too. So now I got 2 vanishing points. And let's just say I got a nice big building right here. I'll have the bottom of the building be right there. Do a big old line. And let's put it up into the sky like so. We could draw this together. Now we got to think about, so this will be, let's call this the X line, the X point, and let's call this the Z point. All right, I guess need some time to get it set up. Or we're good? Huh?
I said, now we're straying from that.
From this? Oh, no, we're not changing.
You're just gonna have confusion throughout this program.
I'm sorry. It makes sense to me. I don't know. I never actually think of these. We could call them Bob and Phil. I really don't care if it's Z or X. I mean, maybe we could just call them Bob and Phil. I don't know, Mr. X and Mr. Z. I don't know. See, it's so silly to me. I don't like it. Because it's like when you see X, Y, Z, then you think there's an order to it. But they're just names. I don't know. It hurts my brain.
When you do like math class,
Yeah.
and they make you draw graphs, like the X always has to be the horizon, Y has to be going up and down.
Yeah.
Vertical, and then the Z, I guess diagonal, and we don't usually use these, but probably diagonal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Probably.
where we're coming from.
All right. Well,
Just to make it less hard for you to explain it to us.
All right. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and focus on Mr. X over here and Mr. Xavier, and we're gonna just do a line there, and I'm gonna try to make this line parallel. So it's gonna be a real skinny building here, and then this line here be lined up. So yeah, it might be a high rise. Yeah, sure. Real skinny guy. Yeah, I'll actually be teaching in a high rise today. I'm gonna teach at the Hyatt in Long Beach.
Oh, the
Or no,
painted
Marriott.
class.
Yeah.
Oh, when are you guys drawing?
I don't know. I always find out on the day of.
Oh, you don't tell them?
I don't know. I figure it out. It's kind of improvised. All right.
You should make them do this.
Oh no. Well, I don't have a continuing class like you guys. They just kind of like they show up for the first time every night. So I show them the sunset painting that we did on the first day. All right, so we got the X there, and those angles are changing. Now, in our 1 point perspective, it would be flat. It'd be straight, right? It'd be following the horizon. But this time, now we got 2 points to think about. And I think this is like the most important way of doing perspective and the best way that you'll see everyone use. It's weird when you do just 1 point. It looks weird. So here's my second point. And I can just say and just kind of follow that line to that point there. And I can stop wherever I want. Draw that flat Y. And follow that line over there. Bam. Got myself. It looks less like a high-rise building and more like one of those tall buses in the UK. Yeah, double decker. It looks like a double decker. I can make it into a double decker. I'll just put in a wheel on there. And we could. Huh? Yeah. Ooh, stories are good. So yeah, we're going to Zoe.
Mr. Yahoo got jealous.
Mr. Yahoo. This is good. We got a script going. This isn't even a creative writing class. All right. So let's just say we wanted to do a row of windows in this bus. So we can kind of decide what, since this is such a tall bus, I mean, let's just say the windows are going to be about this big. So I guess we're kind of going from lower level. This is kind of Google Maps point of view. Because have you ever seen the Google Maps car? The camera is actually above the car. So whenever you're drawing from Google Maps, which I recommend you doing, it's so much fun. Traveling around the world with the Google Maps. Recognize that the eye level is much higher than everybody. So sometimes I draw a lot from Google Maps. So I like automatically make things lower than I think they are. And so there's a window. That's all I need is just one. Because then from there I can kind of follow those same lines. And then
So the inner line does not have to be parallel to that top line then? Because your windows is now, it's almost parallel, well, not quite, but it runs along that a different Z line. It's not the top Z line. So it doesn't matter.
so it will always go off to Z. Just like
Okay, so it depends on just the height of it
You needed a box again if we go to Z and X. In the same shape as the bus. But smaller and smaller.
Can you start us off with like the graph part of it again, like just
sure.
make it really simple?
Here we'll do maybe like a we'll do a little mailbox over here off in the corner. So let's just say we had a mailbox right here from this point to, well, I don't know. We could kind of see. So let's just say I wanted the mailbox to be like this tall compared to this car. I can kind of get that over there. And then do. I'm trying to describe this. Whatever, we'll just do it like this big. I need to draw bigger. This is too small. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna draw bigger. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start this over. But I'm gonna recreate this so you guys will be fine with your own drawing. They teach it a little bit in art school. But I mean, I learned it more through there's a few books, but there's one book that was more about draftsmanship, and that really helped me out with playing around with perspective. I'll get the name for you guys, but all right, I'm just going to kind of recreate this in a jiffy. So this is like a good little practice. Though, just to kind of really lightly draw these like radial lines going to Mrs. Zoe and Mr. Xavier.
Think of the accent.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes people like really mess with these. Sometimes they'll like purposefully make them wiggly or warped in ways. And they'll make it feel really funky. Like MC Escher, I see a lot play around with it. Let's kind of check him out for a quick second. No. Come on, Bryce, stay on track. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have our car just about here. This point. There we go.
Really good. I got it. It's easy to see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, this is easier to work with too. Okay, so there's a big bus, busy traffic. We're in London.
I'm not getting how you got all the Z lines to go out though. Just anywhere, all radiating out from that one point.
All radiating out from that one point. I'm just going to use it. All right. So here's some wheels, a little bit below. Yes, that's good. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of find the middle point of this bus here. Just so I can kind of split up the bus in two points, two layers, so it can be like a double decker. And now that we know that X and Z will always get smaller and larger, just like that, the Y doesn't change. So the best and most reliable way of finding middle points now is gonna be through that Y axis. If I kind of add that little dot in the center there. But now I know that this dot, I can't do a straight line anymore. So it's going to have to follow that Z line. You have a straight edge that's helpful. but I'm just gonna kind of accept. So there's that Y. Found that middle point there, and then I'm gonna go follow this line here for this side of the van there, the bus. I mean, of course I can curve the corners here because I mean they have like curved corners, right? Okay, and let's just have some fun with the windows. Maybe they have some really big windows. About that big. Now,
Is the window need to be on the line intersecting with the X and the Z?
that's right. That's right. So I'm just gonna kind of have go off from there for that X axis. So that window will go off into X, and we're gonna have a whole row of windows here. So if I just kind of found that line there and see where it hit on that Y axis, now I can know that all these windows here, they're all the same size as that main window. Are all going to be this big. And maybe there's a door there. I'm just going to put a quick door. Of course, that Y there's be good. I'm just going wherever it feels good. And look, I have a line there that I can already use. Because now it's going to be like the inside there. Yeah. And then maybe I'll add a window here. And I could just do one. And just like the railroad tracks, I can kind of find that middle point in that Y, X, line, dot, X, line. And maybe I can just kind of guess. Ooh, man, it's too long. Maybe I'll kind of half. I think I'll like half how many windows there are. Just kind of erase half of them. So I can kind of play around with that. There it goes. That looks better.
That's kind of cool with all the windows though, because it's like you're looking into another dimension.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you can take these crazy ideas and do what you will with them. All right, good little. Yeah. Let's just say it's on a road here. So maybe I'll have the road off to the side of it. So I can kind of follow that line all the way over.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did it. I did it right. I wasn't even thinking that, but I was like, yeah, good. It's on the left side. It's on the wrong side of the road. But that's not going to upset the British. That's it. Anyways, what? All right, so there's one side of the street, and here's the second side of the street here. And let's just say keeps on going. Now, let's just say I want to.
It's always funny when they like refer to America as the colonies.
Oh, really?
Some of them still do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Alrighty. Cool. Well, I'm trying to think of like anything that, besides that cube will be done differently with 2-point perspective. I mean, it's just a lot of it is kind of I already taught. It's just now you have that other angle that you kind of have to think about now. Yeah.
How do you know when to do that?
Huh?
How do you know when to do that versus one?
Well, it's just about what you're trying to say. I mean, most of the time, I mean, you'll very, very rarely see 1 point in real life. The only time that you really see 1 point is when you're looking at a telescope, because basically isometric it's like looking in a microscope. It's so small that you don't see those ends of the horizon, and then you step a step back and then you see that 1 point perspective. You're looking in a telescope, or yeah, like you're maybe looking down the barrel of a gun or something.
Or like a kaleidoscope, and you don't have that.
Yeah, and then 2 point is going to be kind of our everyday thing. So if we look at our tables, let's look at our tables here. What where we're sitting at. The people in front of us, you can see it's going to go off kind of to the left, right? And it's going to kind of have some angles there to it, and you can find those like corners kind of splitting off to the side. So those desks are going to get smaller that way. Those desks are going to get smaller that way. Yeah. Well, great question. Great question. So what do you do if the vanishing points are off the paper? Which it does happen. So let's just say here.
Like, you know,
It's the corner of the building.
Yeah.
The other paper, right?
Yeah.
The outside.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you asked this. I have a picture to show this.
Continue to draw.
So-
We still have to see and
So-
continue.
So one more thing, actually. So you can kind of answer that question with the drawings that we've already done. So let's just say we were given this drawing, but all we were able to see is this much, right? So let's just say, I'm just going to draw it out. It's a nice pencil arrangement there. That's fun. So it's going, the vanishing point is all the way off of here. But if we were to just look at this drawing here, I could find that eye level, and I can find the angles in the buildings that share with each other. And all those angles are going to be going down, and you can kind of imagine or put a finger down, and you can kind of draw them down, because you can kind of see those angles kind of change there. So kind of find those middle angles. Does that make sense? Yeah, let's look at a picture. And we'll just, I'm just going to pull up a picture, and I think we'll just draw it for the rest of the class. Unless you wanted to make your own little cowboy adventure today. Okay. Yeah, alrighty. Here. Okay, so those at home should be able to see the screen.
So this is basically the kind of drawing you would do if you were a student learning architecture or drafting or blueprints, right?
It comes in handy for so many things. I wouldn't say it's. I mean, yeah, these ideas. I mean, it is good to kind of like for drafting, but it's also good to kind of just understand the logic behind it, so that you can break it. So, if we look here. All right, I'll see you next week. So you can see here. Huh? Oh, I don't know. So you can see this is that 2-point perspective, right? Where those lines will meet up with each other into that one vanishing point. That eye level, everything is going to be flat and straight. Yeah, and then that y-axis is pretty straight. I mean, this is almost getting curved here, but that's going to get into 3-point. We're not going to worry about that today. It can get up to 5. And there's also possibility of curves, like
a fisheye lens?
like fisheye lens. Ooh, what's going on here?
Does it make it a lot easier to learn a lot of this stuff if you just trace it in the very beginning and you see how an artist that's very good at it does it, and then the more you trace it, the more it makes sense, kind of to get that right or no? Like when you see the cartoons and you trace them, a few times, or
Yeah, some people do that. I'm gonna mute this. This is annoying. Go away. But I mean, you can see here that the vanishing points do go off the page, right? They'll be going all the way over here. But you can also see the dramatic angles change. So like if you have this angle here and this angle here, it's going to be much easier to try to find a middle angle here. And you can kind of draw that down beforehand just to kind of understand those angles. You see an angle here too. Gosh, it's almost lined up with the shadow there. This is a fun one. I feel like this would be good for us to draw from. We got a bunch of people at eye level. Look at that.
Yeah.
See that horizon line? Right at eye level. All those people. This guy's bigger, so his foot ends at a lower point. So yeah, let's do this. This is a great picture.
Where's that? Does it say the location?
This looks like East Coast.
Like
It could be LA. I mean, it could be AI. Yeah, Pinterest is questionable with people sometimes.
I bet you it's AI because it's too perfect, the angles.
Yeah. No,
You don't see any
I think this is
guys
real.
there, that's
This is real. Yeah. AI wouldn't be able to spell police.
Would be able to do what?
Spell police. Japanica. Panda. Numpan. I don't know.
They have it like faded out like that.
I mean, there's like some weird things, and this guy's like walking in the middle of the street. How's this bike working? Wait, I don't know. I'm just questioning it. Is this AI? It's so hard for me to tell.
The street.
Well, I mean, you've got the air conditioners on the one side, so that.
I think it's real. The lighting's coming in from the top left over. I feel like this is real. Let me see what people are
It
saying.
seems like there's a slight curve to the road, and you do that for drainage, so I think it's real.
I think it's real too. Gosh, you have to question Pinterest so much. Like that's why I like Google Maps is because it's like definitive. But this is a good example. This is a good picture. I'm gonna post this to chat so you guys can check it out. It's all on the Pinterest form thing here. So we're gonna do the best we can. So be sure to be drawing for this, just for this drawing. Really take your time. Draw those angles out. Really pay attention to the big forms first. So when I'm drawing this image here, I'm drawing those big faces, those big planes of the building. I'm not going to be drawing in all those, what's it called, windows. I'm not going to really worry about that. But if you want to, if you start seeing, oh, this row of windows here and this row of windows here kind of line up together. Now, don't worry about a specific number of windows that you see here, okay? We're artists, okay? I know I'm teaching you like an engineer, but like you can cut corners. If you see 6 windows and you do 5, I'm not gonna get on your butt about it. Like, so really it's about kind of getting the idea of the things. As long as you get the general proportion of how tall the building is to how wide it is, that's what really matters. And then the windows, no one's gonna really know the difference here. So have some fun drawing today. Start with pencil, draw in the planes, and then throw in your pen. If you're feeling bold and having fun with it, just jump right into pen and get it scribbly and wiggly and shaky. We don't want straight angles or anything like that. That's fine. Just, kind of pay attention to those angles. Pay attention to where is that vanishing point going to? How do those angles subtly change? It's just like a clock. You watch a clock all day. It's moving. It's changing each angle. This angle here, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. This angle here,
And that would be 2-point perspective.
Yeah, this is with 2-point. So you got one angle here, and you got another angle on the other side. Do you guys want me to draw this for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The simple part of this, like, so we can pick it out.
Sure. Absolutely. Let's do it. Okay, so it's real. Wherever you want. I don't care what you draw as long as you're practicing perspective. You can follow along with me or find whatever location you want. Google Maps is a great and fun place to travel around or re-travel places you've been.
It looks like a place out of Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Because everything's crowded, like you see the cheese buck coming out of a little hole in the concrete, like.
Okay, so I'll throw this over. Yeah. Now I am gonna have to leave a little early today, 4:30, but the room is available. I'll probably just have to take the cover from underneath you, but I know, or I don't know. If you're sticking around, then feel free to just hold it on till next week. I'll be fine. I got some extras coming in the mail. Okie dokie. Here we go.
So next week, what do you have in this week?
Huh?
So next week, what do you
Next week, let's see. Good question. Okay, so so I think next week we'll do some painting. we'll be doing painting of some planes. I do want to get around to painting the back rooms. Ooh, spooky, creepy. What's in the corner? So we'll do some of that next week. Yeah, and go over any more questions or difficulties you're having with perspective some more. Maybe bring up 3-point perspective, but I think we'll be probably focusing more on value.
It's gonna make our job
Perspective.
much better if we get perspective down.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the difference between like professional and, you know what I mean? Like it makes all the difference, but it's hard. It's hard to know.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I think, yeah.
there's so many amazing artists who don't know a thing about perspective, or there's so many amazing artists who can't draw a hand. There's so many just famous, world famous, critically acclaimed people who don't know perspective. So I'm teaching you this stuff. I think it's great to know, and it really helps you to know this stuff so that you can break it, or you can do with it what you want. But don't see this as the answer to be good. I mean, let this be a tool to play around with. Let this be a new toy to goof around with. A new way of thinking. It's all art is. It's just a bunch of exploring perspectives in more than one way. All right, let's draw this. All righty.
But you take something like Leonardo da Vinci.
Uh-huh.
And back in history, people had no idea what is anatomy. And he was actually,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
making it really scientific and getting it down perfect. And,
Well, he was dissecting things.
Yeah.
He was trying to figure out how things work and how things how to break things down, how to build things. Like, what is it that we're seeing? He has that curiosity. I love that. I love playing around with that curiosity. I love figuring things out in that kind of way. But there's a deeper way that he wasn't thinking about things. Like he wasn't really thinking about things in a poetic way. Like he wasn't purposefully breaking perspective like Van Gogh was doing when he was painting his room.
I don't know he was deliberately doing it, just not bad at it. He wasn't just bad at it.
Because there's drawings, there's pictures of his work with correct perspective. Yeah, and you see it with Picasso too. Like all these guys know what they're doing, but they purposefully choose to do it because they get more of an emotional response out of the viewer and out of the person and out of the creator. So you might see this as maybe you love the perfection of the mathematical lines of all this stuff, and that creates almost maybe a sanitized version of the world, a very clean, straight lines. Everything's kind of fits into satisfying ways. It's like a puzzle fitting in the right spot. That's perspective. But sometimes if you see a big spilled pile of puzzle pieces and I feel like you look at that, you're like, that's kind of how I feel right now. I don't feel like a perfectly put together puzzle. I feel like a mess of a puzzle, and I'd rather look at a mess of a puzzle because I connect with it. Yeah. Yeah. Sure, yeah.
oh, beautiful. She looks like somebody you would see walking down the street, Like just.
Yeah.
You can even see her little
Beautiful.
freckles and everything.
Yeah, so exactly. So
Yeah.
people, that's something Da Vinci never did.
Beautiful.
He never really broke his own mold. I mean, he discovered a lot of things, but he never really made emotionally evocative paintings, I don't think.
I think maybe the Last Supper or like when he does
That was not Da Vinci, was it? That was Michelangelo. The Last Supper?
Well, Da Vinci was the triangle.
That was Da Vinci? Oh.
Yeah, like, and he has some, I think he has one where, like, Mary's at his feet, like, like with the Jesus body, and, like just one with Mary, I think, and one with the cross, and Jesus is now, there's another
Yeah.
one. Because remember, he did a lot for the Catholic Church.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, like, some of his stuff,
Yeah.
like with the shading, and like, it's
For sure, yeah. It's all about how you play with the tools.
Yeah.
Or break the tools. You could do both. You can. It's interesting to see both sides of things.
But he's like, if you go deeper into it, like.
Yeah. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go draw this. Alright. So I'm gonna start off with that horizon line, eye level, and I can kind of measure it on there. So if I put a line on this drawing here, that's about down here. Start off drawing real light. I'm gonna look for an angle or a point in the picture, like maybe this building here, and kind of catch that angle. If you're having a hard time finding an angle, you can kind of hold your pen up. Here, maybe I'll do it like this. Okay, yeah. So let's just say I was like trying to find the angle of that. So I kind of move my pen, and then I kind of transfer it to the paper, and I'm like, okay, that looks more right to find that angle of the sunglasses or whatever. Oh. So kind of start off with that Y, because that Y never changes. And there's the bottom of that building there. There's like a good line. It's kind of going off the edge, right? I'm going to look at this angle here. Kind of hold up my pen. Say like that. And then over here, so I can kind of assume it's probably gonna be like over here or something. I can kind of find an angle halfway, find an angle halfway. There we go. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Just try your best. That angle's looks.
Oh, this is working for me a lot better. Yeah. I kind of say this a lot easier.
See, things are crooked and stuff, but I don't know. I'm an artist, so. That's me. No. And let's just say I kind of let it end here. And let this one end here. See, I feel like this angle needs to be sharper. Much sharper. I feel like it's got to go down more like that. Maybe I'll even use this scrap paper here. Forget about it. I'm going to use a scrap paper. Sure, why not?
And then where's your vanishing line?
Yeah. There we go. Cool. And that should be good. And let's say there's our little guy right here. And I'm just gonna make these people silhouettes. It's really easy to just like simplify people as far as like silhouettes go. Like basically like rounders. Maybe more jaggedy lines, but you can see once you get those really big cubes in, I mean, if you look at the picture, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe a few more cubes. I mean, again, if it gets too crazy, just omit them or just get implied with it, get scribbly with it. You can also carve into buildings. Okay. I mean, do you guys need me to narrate everything, or we're
Narrating is
feeling
great.
good? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
All right. Cool. All right. See you later. I like your little bag. It's so smart. Why did I think of that? This is so much easier. I'm happy with mine.
And I think a lot of your stuff is good. It's like,
Of course. Can I see what you got going? Can I see? Okay. How are you feeling?
Okay, the trees in. I got my background away.
It's cool. Are you going for style?
On what?
Are you going for any style, or just for the picture?
Just copying the picture.
Oh, okay.
sort of.
Yeah. Have some fun with it too. You know?
See you next week.
All right, I'll see you next week. Okay. So if this person is standing at this building right here, I kind of have, a kind of view of how big people are going to be. I kind of want this lady to be over here, more in the street. Then I would also know that maybe every 2 people's worth would be a level of building. I think that's fair to say. Every story is about 2 people's worth, about 12 feet. So if I kind of did the math there, now I know that that's gonna be a floor. Go 1, 2. I don't know, maybe even less. But I focus on the corners first. That's gonna help me kind of decide which floor everything's on. Then I can kind of draw those lines in there. I like to focus on like the middlemost line first. A little trick to drawing windows is to focus on the shadow parts of the windows. If you look closely here, this dark area here looks kind of like the letter F. And then to the right, you don't even see, because of the light, that corner. There's no visible line there. So kind of just focus on the shape of the shadows in there. Might make your life a little bit easier. So, but all that, I'm going to kind of start on the outside. Work my way in. Just kind of helps with symmetry. You do this with faces too. You start each window, kind of go back and forth. That worked out pretty good. And of course, all this is going to be kind of symmetrical going down the line here. Ooh, this is high-end living right here. The big windows. Again, I'm going to focus on those lines there.
Like, are your parents already?
No. My dad doodled. He can draw little cartoons.
Yeah. What about your mom?
My mom, she's terrible. But she's very crafty. She's very crafty. She's a quick learner like me. I think my parents both really enjoyed learning. And I feel like that's kind of, maybe I get my quickness to learn things. I mean, going to school, you know, it's like I'm taking classes for all sorts of art stuff. It's just everything: photography, sculpture, glass, just it's everywhere. It's like it's me. It's ADHD. It's I was all about it, just trying new things. See, in the picture, there's 6 windows. I did 5. Arrest me. I don't care.
What kind of stuff does your mom do with crafts?
She just quilts and things like that. She hates me teaching her things, so she's very childlike and free with her drawings. I mean, her quilts.
She doesn't measure everything, it's like,
Oh no,
oh wow.
no, she is. Man. I tried teaching her all the time. I'm just like, she's like, stop, get off my case. I'm like, all right, whatever. Yeah, she's not like this at all. My dad, he's probably a little more he's probably a little more technical with things, I think. And he did a bit of woodworking. He can draw a cube, probably like isometric kind of cube. Nothing with perspective lines or anything like that. But you know, with him doing carpentry and stuff, I guess I kind of learned a little bit about that stuff. But I mean, I think perspective was always one of my weakest things. I think I could definitely get better at it.
I'm pretty good.
Eh,
The cartoons and that kind of control. Really cool. Otherwise, like what'll happen is, you know, if we stick with what we're comfortable with, like, I mean, I knew the one lady that also did the horses. It was
Mhm.
always the same scene with the carriage. And every single painting she did was that because it's what she knew how to draw as it.
Yeah.
And like that's all she did.
Yeah.
Another
Mhm.
lady did a cat on her windowsill with a pillow and like I knew her for years in New York, like, and that's all she did. Cause that, like she didn't know how to draw anything else really. That's
I
all she
mean,
did.
you know, I'm like, if it makes them happy, I don't care. Like, you know, if they just want to paint horses, that's awesome.
But it was always the same
I
thing.
wish that I had that amount of control to just do one thing. It would make life so much simpler.
Yeah.
But I don't. So I'm making sure that these windows, they all line up in perspective, and then I kind of get to that y-axis there, just to make sure that these windows on this side will be the same height. See that? So I know that all my windows over here. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go around and kind of see how everyone's doing. You guys are taking off. I'd love to see how you're doing with your work. So feel free to bring it up. All right, what you got?
Sketchy, scratchy, scrabbly.
Good. Just what I want. Oh yeah. Nice. Awesome.
Just look like it.
It does? Yeah, it does. Nice.
A few street lines.
Yeah. That's awesome. Wonderful. Good. Glad to see. Anything you're having a hard time with?
Not really, I just seeing it. Because I was looking for something else to draw instead, but I'll do that at home.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe.
And the world is a big place. Yeah. I went over to downtown Fullerton. There's an antique, there's a really old building. There's tons of old buildings in downtown Fullerton. And I found this perfect little coffee shop, like right outside, and I could stare at the building and I was drawing it. It's got this just like sharp 2-point perspective building. I'm just like, this is like textbook.
Have you ever been to German part of Germany?
I've never been to Germany before.
Yeah, they have kind of like an outlier wall.
Ooh, that's sick. That's awesome.
Interesting, they still
I
have
thought it was an Irish thing. I know that. No.
I went there in Bremen.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a coastal town.
Uh-huh.
Japan is very misty oriented, very hippie.
Mm.
Like you see on the side of the building, you have the gardens. It's really very unique building.
Mm.
Very good to go it.
Okay.
I'm Bryce.
Okay, I will wait for you. Email.
Okay. Yeah, you have all the materials. All you really need. So it's the watercolor paper.
But they told me there are so many different kinds.
Yes. So all you're gonna look for is 100% cotton.
Oh,
I don't care how big or how small it is.
100% cotton.
Yeah, they'll advertise it. You might find watercolor paper, but it doesn't say 100% cotton. Don't get it.
Okay.
It's a waste of money.
Right, that's why I want to make sure because I have some.
So
And usually you get the supply in the store or you go online.
I buy things online.
Okay.
It's much easier for me.
Which one?
Amazon is okay. It can be kind of confusing. You have to scroll down a little bit because a lot of things are just advertised and sponsored. So after you scroll down a bit, 100% cotton. And make sure.
Go under Amazon.
Yeah, the smallest size.
I'm new, but I don't mind too.
Yeah, so I'm working with something this big.
That's more.
But you can get something a little bit smaller. And then I also urge people to get a small one, just so that you can paint on the go.
But
So
the same brand, 100% cotton.
Yeah, I like that.
Everything 100% cotton.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so that's just for painting.
Okay.
For drawing, like this,
yes,
this is sketch paper. You could use literally anything.
But I can go in the store and get sketch paper.
Yes, you can see the brand here. I mean, I think this is like a Walmart brand. You could probably find this. It's U.S. Art Supply.
Oh, okay.
You don't need a picture. It
Okay.
literally, you could just feel the paper.
Yes.
Feel it. Feel that.
Okay. It's the
Very thin, yeah.
Okay.
So
sketch paper.
just as long as there's no lines,
Okay. Thank you.
you should be good.
And do I bring my
Thank you.
tablecloth?
I'm sorry?
Do I bring tablecloth?
You can. Some people do. I bring it in class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The way you can do without a ruler.
Huh?
You're very steady in the way you draw your lines.
You know, you kind of have to know where to end and kind of aim yourself going that way. Like I hover it up and then I go. I kind of hover and practice and then I kind of I just commit.
I have to do my ruler.
Huh?
I don't commit because I have to do my ruler. If I don't use a ruler.
Rulers have no life. I mean, mine are crooked.
Oh, but it looks good.
It's better crooked.
Probably more natural.
Yeah. But I mean, if you really like rulers, then see what you can do with it. If you strictly work with rulers, I mean, sometimes the best things come from, you know,
It's the style.
interesting processes. Yeah. Well, it only comes in time.
We're sitting back there going,
It comes with time and experimentation.
that's what I was gonna say. We're sitting
Yeah.
back there going, look. And I was jealous, but you.
No, we don't want jealousy in the class. Get that out of here.
In the body, the mouth is good in my life.
Keep the jealousy out of the class. We're all learning. Okay, speaking of straight edges and rulers, that's looking really nice. Yeah. But I see a lot of progress. I do see a lot of progress.
They were really good.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, I had to subscribe.
Yeah. This is so much fun, huh? Good stuff. Yeah. Very nice. Value too. Stuff with that. I think I do. More like totally. Whenever I mention value, I feel like something hit me. Value.
Important thing.
How do you do today?
You did well.
Let's check it out.
This one?
Oh, okay. You have the horizon line, good. Yeah. All the buildings, all the cars, they're also cute, just like the building. And they follow the same line. So you got that one point good. Start going in that second point. I have a pencil. I got it.
Yeah.
I do. I got my shoes on, so I
Look at that.
You don't. You know.
Make sure.
Oh, I know.
So you got your eye level, the horizon line. And so we had going.
This one, I think it is this one.
See, just like the building.
I find it so hard.
And then you can build chunkier bar.
It's something.
See, use the perspective, just like the building, the car.
And even then.
And make sure that it goes.
Yeah, I saw
Maybe not the best. I like the people, I like the cars, people get an idea, just make sure. Practice with the horizon for.
I got the sun.
So now, yeah.
It's a start.
Now they do. I can't see how this unless I have a prescription. So, you know. Hopefully you see this.
Oh, yeah.
No, Taiwan.
I'm sorry. Oh, you're using such thick paper. You're already out. Use some thin paper. Sketchbook.
Yeah, I hope so.
This is not cheap. You have to get more. You gotta run out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get the cheap paper, very thin, you get a lot of pages. It'll last you a whole class.
Oh, I'll tell it.
Mm.
Watercolor paper 真的很浪费。
It's pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she can erase it or pen it.
Cause that'll throw off the way that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it. But
Yeah, next time, you know.
Yeah.
look, if I got
Watercolor paper 画。Yeah, it makes me curious, so we just.
your white pencil.
No, no, you
Yeah. Sure, yeah, you can play around with lines. Use that micron. Oh,
Sorry.
it's okay.
I just want to show her.
Play around with lines, use the micron pen, and maybe you can we'll do it.
If you have the iPad, you're really good at it. You can see
Sorry, guys.
And then they told me to take out.
I wish I was more.
变化，用铅笔画，铅笔画。
It's kind of hard to not see that point. It's still a trick. I mean, we're getting the idea. I mean, I think you still kind of have that 1 point perspective idea. So that line, that angle. So whenever you have that building, hold up your pen, your pencil, just like that, and you're like, look at that angle.
Yeah.
And put that into your drawing at that angle.
Serious or what?
Because yeah. So you can hold it up and then see how that would look on the paper.
What was that paper?
Yeah, just like that. So right now you have that angle. Here, find the angle and then put it down on paper. No. Hold up the pencil. And then find that angle. Yeah. And then put it on the paper at that angle. Right. And so you see that your initial line
Yeah.
more like
Yeah.
this. So if you had drawn that line before that angle, and
Yeah.
even more. That's a pretty dramatic angle.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Because right now it's
Yeah, it's odd.
so it feels a little like 1 point perspective. But it's good. I see those lines. But I think draw those lines, make it like get those lines. And then you can kind of break on top of them. And that way you can kind of, you don't need to. But this will help you kind of get that straight line.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll be doing more. I'll bring up all this stuff in next class.
What about the guy that did like later, like he did last week?
Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like, did you draw that or is that a line?
Yeah. No, it didn't.
Oh. I don't know. He's got his own vision. He's got his own things working on. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know how to describe it.
Perspective change. Did you draw that yourself or did you just buy it?
There are many artists that actually.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna close this out. Well,
That didn't use? Oh.
alright, cool. Sorry, I'm just gonna close this out here.
Thanks, Bryce. See you next week.
Of course, guys.